closing on your position. Suggest you get moving.
Alright, we got some R9-0 gameplay today. Finally, this is one of my highest attempted weapons. I think the addition of the Dragon's Breath rounds makes an insane amount of difference for the viability of the weapon. So, here we are. I think this game starts out a little slowly. Not a whole lot happens to begin with. Obviously just land, loot up, get some cash, get some armor. My usual strat is to land near bounties. Sort of gives me a direction to head in, gives me a whole bunch of cash off the rip. I don't usually grab them immediately like I did this time. I was kind of hoping he would get poached and I could just grab another one because there was an abundance in the area. Doesn't seem to happen. This bounty's a bit of a waste. Not sure what it is, but I quite like looting this housing area up in Lumber. Priority is plates. Also wouldn't mind a trophy system. There's a short period there where vehicles were removed from solos, but thankfully that's over. It's amazing how much of a difference having them actually makes. Just not being able to cross between areas of interest, I guess, like lumber and quarry and whatnot, and having to actually run. It's, I don't know, incredibly draining and slow, obviously. So at this point in the game I wasn't sure yet what weapon I'd be using. So I've kind of got a loadout for all of the weapons that I haven't got a win with yet. Up until the Uzi. So the Uzi and the FAMAS are like the last two that I've been doing attempts on. But I've kind of been sort of switching it up a little bit. So I'll do Uzi for a few attempts, then I'll go back to the FAMAS for a few, and then back to the shotgun, the R9-0 for a few. So I've grabbed the Uzi here even though I'm not a huge fan of the floor loot. Thinking that if I get a few kills with that, then I might head down that route. Wasn't too happy with myself, smashing into that building there. But as it turns out, very slow start. Already got our loadout cache, so heading for one of those. I was kind of annoyed by that guy. He just ignored me the whole time I was smashing windows and stuff, and then decides to make an appearance as I'm driving away. Was tempted to head back there, but not really worth it. Saw the bunk open to my left. I was kind of assuming that that guy is one of the two fighting in the buildings down to my right. Because it's so early in the game, I didn't really care too much if I died here. So go with the R9. I kind of made the decision on the way over which weapon I was going to go for. I'll head down to these guys and see if we can find ourselves some trouble. It's tempting to run that guy over. I think you figure that out halfway through. Run off. Going through the upstairs window. I was kind of hoping he'd run into the building after the smashed glass.
Contract failed. You're out of time.
Can't see into the bus because of the glint. Not him anyway. I think there was another body in there.
By an enemy team. Evade and survive.
Try and get lucky on the shots through there. I didn't know if the elevation would allow for that or not. Clearly didn't. Ram 7 is probably one of the better floor loot assault rifles at the moment. It's pretty good. Just looking around for another bounty there. Looking on the minimap, you see there's a quad bike stopped over here. Easy kill on that guy. I don't think he had full armor, because I don't think I hit him with any pellets from that second shot. So it was just the burn from the first shot that killed him. But he delivered us a trophy. Very nice. Truck with a trophy is quite formidable. Very difficult to kill. Kind of been using the truck a lot more lately. waiting for some other bounty contracts. I was keeping an eye on the gas there. I wasn't sure if I had enough time to make it to these or not. When I was playing Warzone without vehicles, the gas was a huge threat. So obviously this first zone, it moves so fast, there's no way you'd outrun it. Swap to that. The reason I'm running an AR is obviously for range, so I think this LMG has a scope on it of some kind. Obviously more rounds, always welcome. Oh! The M4 with a VLK. Probably a bit better. I'm not really a big fan of the M4 for longer ranges. Not really sure what that guy was thinking. Maybe he hasn't tried to blow up trucks before, because he jumped out and threw a single C4. And he may have gone to throw a second one, but in the time he had, he didn't have time to throw two before the truck would have hit him, so kind of an odd play. I feel like this was a bit of a bot lobby, which I don't think there's any real reason for that, because I wasn't really struggling in my last few games. Saw someone to the far right. Near the window break. And another guy just running out in the open. Nice and easy kill. Checking all the weapon drops of the guys I kill for a better secondary. The M4 is okay. So I know there's still this guy over here somewhere. Just trying to run into him. It's in there near the fence. Don't know what his plan was either. Free kill. Mostly looking for bounties again. Wouldn't mind cruising past a buy station for some UAVs, but bounties is kind of the priority. Sort of rotating around between the zone and the gas. Keeping an eye out to my right in case there are people rotating in, exactly like that guy. Let's take him out with the truck as well. Some dots on the map. Always mark those just in case I get distracted up here. I can see the guy running. Wasn't really expecting to get this guy. I thought he'd run in and I'd have to clear after him with a shotgun. Again, not entirely sure what his plan was. Another trophy system. When this one expires or my truck eventually gets destroyed, I'll grab another vehicle. I don't really have any good mid to long range weapons as loadouts at the moment. Loadouts with ghosts at least. It's kind of conflicted as to whether or not I should pick up this loadout drop. I thought there were shots up here before I headed down to the fire station. Kind of doing a lap looking for them. So I don't really want a sniper to go along with the shotgun. I want something mid-range. The Uzi with the what are they? 50 AE or something? I forget what rounds they are. I think they're more like 41. But you know, the higher power rounds in the Uzi, decent barrel and the red dot, you can stretch it up to a decent mid-range. I'd rather have a weapon that I'm more accustomed to than some random M4. I'm still hoping to swap it out for, you know, an M13 or a Kilo or something later on. Got plenty of cash to burn. I'll throw some UAVs up.
We got recon online.
Someone close. So pushed around to the right of the hangar, because the only way he could have left is up that ramp, directly in front of where I was looking. Again, not sure what his plan was. Having him trapped down in the hangar, I'm pretty comfortable with. Plenty of time to work with that, but if he gets up into those buildings with the spiral staircases, a bit more dangerous. So we've got to go the long way around to keep the truck, which I intend to do. Mark a bounty between me and the zone. More cash on the ground, come grab that. Try and use the truck as a bit of cover between me and the buildings. Notice we got a pink ram on the floor. Kind of a weird scope though, so I don't go that route. I just want something that's reliable mid-range. I don't really want anything that I haven't used myself, so... I got a truck, I got the shotgun. It's not really a huge priority, it's just something nice to have in the back pocket. But yeah, I'm not too interested in the fire sales, typically. I don't find much value in spamming UAVs endlessly, and I don't really need anything else. Maybe a gas mask and munitions box, armor box. That's probably all I would have bought. A couple of UAVs, why not? But I'm not going to sit there and just spend 25k on UAVs. I know this guy has to be heading towards me. I'm just chilling out, just looking around. Putting myself between him and the zone. I can see him in the distance, mantling that wall. Not really sure how best to approach him. Seems quite wily. Just sticking at the side of the wall, taking advantage of the third-person camera angle the truck gives you, and the extra cover the wall gives me. It's probably the best thing he could have done. Unfortunate that I have a trophy. He probably should have taken note of that first and shot it off the roof before throwing C4s. Cluster strike had me a little worried. They were quite unpredictable. But I know that he can't pass through his explosions, so it's just as dangerous to him as it is to me. Trying to stick outside the range for as long as possible before I push in. Wasn't sure if the truck would go over that wall. The R9 with the Dragon's Breath rounds beats the Origin. Crazy thing to say. Origin is already crazy powerful. Decent build on the Kilo. It's a good replacement for the Uzi. I'm going to use the trophy system I put up before, because the trophy systems have a 10-minute timer before they self-destruct, I guess. Let's put down the one I had, grab a fresh one. Means I'm good for another 10 minutes. The truck's still doing pretty well in terms of health. Checking the bounties, got one on the second floor here. I've never tried to do this before, but the truck does give you enough height to get up here, which is nice. There was another one, I think, on the roof of Super, maybe in the offices, so I could have gone and grabbed that if I couldn't get up there. Or just rappel to the roof and then drop down to the second floor. Just wasting time at this point, waiting for the guy to show himself. See him come running across. I was kind of hoping he'd come closer. Start taking shots from police. Not ideal. decided it's not really a good idea to just sit out there and wait, taking pot shots from that guy. Can you hear him pushing up on me? Bounty takes him out for me. Somehow I managed to miss him. That C4 was insane that it blew up my truck. I couldn't believe it when it went off. That was crazy. Guy seems pretty decent. He's moving around a lot. It's always a smart thing to do. Hear him going up the ladder. Kind of assumed if I rushed him as he was climbing it, he'd hear the footsteps coming towards him and just jump down. Hindsight, watching it again, I probably still should have pushed it. I was feeling a little, I don't want to say threatened, but yeah, I mean, I guess that's probably the best word I can come up with on short notice. Being a little threatened by this guy, he's moving around a lot, he's hitting a lot of shots. I kind of wanted to wait for the gas to force him into me. I don't really care about killing him within the bounty time limit. Yeah, it's a nice bonus, sure, but I've got 40k, it's not really a big deal. So I'd rather take it a bit slower and get a guaranteed kill instead of, you know, rushing him with only a 20-second limit. It's him up top. Pretty rough because of the glare. I'm not sure if it's worth opening up on him or not. I'm inside the zone here, so he's still going to have to cross towards me. The zone is definitely in my favor. He has to know I'm still in the area. He still had red on his bounty warning. So open up on him on the way down. Easy finish with the R9. I kind of wanted to grab the other truck and the gas back there after he blew up mine, but I kind of screwed around with that guy for far too long. Didn't work out for me. I like checking all these buildings. People love camping in these for some reason. I just feel a little threatened by them. It's fine if you know someone's in there, because it's pretty easy to go through one of the windows on the second floor and take them by surprise. If you don't know someone's there, a bit risky. Another bounty on the minimap, heading towards that. I was kind of annoyed by that. I don't really understand why that happens.
Recon.
I feel like the bounties target people that are further away now than they used to. So maybe the circle's too small to target someone? I really think it is, but I don't really know why else it would give us consolation loot. Definitely targets people with ghost and cold-blooded, so I don't know what other variable there is.
I need recon on my position.
This is Falcon 3-0. Good copy. UAV is out of fuel. This is Falcon 3-0. Good copy. UAV beginning flyover.
It's kind of fumbling here. Wasted a whole bunch of time. Didn't really get any benefit out of that. What's it called? The I'm not even sure what it's called. It's the Blackbird, right? That flies over. The advanced UAV. There you go.
UAV is out of fuel.
I had it for like 2 seconds before the original UAV expired.
UAV is out of fuel. Returning to resupply.
But I don't care too much about that. My memory's not good enough to really take advantage of that. Grab another bounty just to be sure. We got stopping power. So we got stopping power Dragon's Breath in our shotgun, which is pretty insane. You can actually one-tap people with it. If 2-tapping wasn't crazy enough. Got the high ground. Look around for a bit. This kilo isn't exactly what I'd use, but it's pretty decent. shots into him. I think typically I run the... Was it the Ranger? I don't know if it's a foregrip. I guess that's what they're called. Ranger foregrip instead of the Commando foregrip. So that reduces a lot more vertical recoil. Which I think the Kilo is pretty accurate with its horizontal bounce anyway, so having the Commando on it feels a bit excessive. Not feeling particularly rushed to kill this guy. Also hitting none of my shots, which seemed crazy to me. Airstrike. Normally I'm thinking with the gun that I'm using, right? So I don't really want to kill these guys with the R9. I would much prefer if the gas pushed him into me and I could take him out with a shotgun. I don't really want to kill him with the Kilo, sorry. I want to kill him with the R9. One of my rules is that I have to have the most kills of the match with the weapon that I'm trying to win with. And I know that I'm doing pretty well with the R9 at this point, so it's fine if I do kill a few with the Kilo. But I would still prefer not to, just in case later on I'm forced to get a whole bunch of the Kilo, and that skews my ratio against me. The zone finishes that guy off for me. I'm sort of looking around a lot, but most of my attention is focused on the top of the tower, because people love being up in there. Have a second thought. Truck will let me cover ground a hell of a lot better, and what I'm trying to do is kill people with the shotgun, so that's a huge plus in my mind. I've got the trophy to burn, so why not? Take the truck into the final circle. Here I'm just doing a lap of the perimeter, seeing if I can see anyone hiding in the trees. Shots in the distance. Guy on the right goes down, so I prioritize the guy on the left. Run him over nice and easy. Kill the guy that he downed. Kill the guy that he downed first, because he's going to get up first. I realized the second this encounter was over that if I'd waited half a second longer for the first guy to actually get up, I would have had an extra kill there. So morally, it's a moral victory. I'm counting it as 12 kills. That's fine. I think half the kills in this game were done with the truck. Maybe not half, but it's definitely a pretty big weapon. Getting utilised quite a lot. Just still doing a lap. I know most of them, we've only got 2 left, but I'm pretty confident that they're both going to be hiding in buildings somewhere. But I gotta do something. Might as well do laps. Maybe I'll get lucky and catch someone rotating. The zone is looking very much in my favour, so I'm quite confident that it's going to end out here in the fields. Just going around wasting time. So like I said, I'm 99% confident that they're both in buildings. But you might as well use the time while you're waiting to take that 99 up to 100% certainty that your back is clear. So now I know I really only have to look towards the buildings to find these last 2. We see one up on the roof. Distracted with someone else. Some shots into him. I was actually amazed that that guy survived the fall there. Guess it was just low enough. Maybe he landed on the car or something. I was also amazed how quickly he got up. I really thought I'd have time to go and run over him. I see the riot shield guy there. I was kind of had mixed feelings because riot shielders in the final circle can be a massive pain in the ass. But I have basically the one thing that is better than what he has, you know? I've got the bigger armored shield, as it were. That guy's precision airstrike, took out the right guy. Nice and easy. I know at this point all I have to do is keep alive and keep the truck. I got back in there because I was worried that he was going to rush it and take the truck, which would have been a good play on his part. So we get some distance and played up. He has to push towards me. Got all the time in the world. I'm more mobile. I've got more protection. Audible cover. Got the trophy with me. We've got a tiny circle, and I've got a Dragon's Breath shotgun with stopping power rounds, so I'm about as confident as you can be. One tap that guy through the gas mask animation. We get the win. Yeah, it was 12 or 13. Not as many as I would have liked, but fairly happy with it. I've really been using the truck as a weapon quite a bit lately, getting a little bit more aggressive with it. Kind of surprised me to see the gas mask on top of all the helmets and night vision gear I was already wearing. Let's show the builds real quick. I think I showed the Uzi as well, even though I didn't use it at all. I'm sure you'll be seeing more of that in a future video. Ghosted the whole time. There you have it.